Hello, it's John Heaton, and today I'd like to do a promotion of a certain YouTube video featuring Bobby Whitlock and his wife. To be honest with you, in lockdown, there's about 300 reasons why it's not a good thing, and then a couple of good reasons why it is a good thing. And this YouTube channel, along with James Taylor, who also started doing YouTube videos during this lockdown, I think it's a true benefit because I don't know what prompted them to do it, but they suddenly, in the last 3 or 4 months, have started producing videos of reminiscences of their time together with Bobby Whitlock's time together with Derek and the Dominoes and George Harrison's All Things Must Pass. And that guy played keyboards and sang vocals on two of the greatest albums of all time. This one, Layla, which I picked up on yellow vinyl in Nice in August, and I'll show you. Glorious yellow vinyl. The original album was on the RSO album label that I owned, but this one's on Polydor. And then All Things Must Pass. Again, another timeless album, and what's unique about this particular All Things Must Pass is this is a Yugoslav edition on the Green Apple, which I found very interesting. And so, Bobby Whitlock's posted several videos saying that he was part of the core band of All Things Must Pass. I'm not sure who the core band was constituted from, whether Ringo was part of the core band or Alan White or Jim Gordon, but Bobby Whitlock certainly says he was part of the core band. Again, one could speculate, because there was millions of musicians credited to that album, like Gary Wright, Klaus Voormann, Pete Drake apparently had some private sessions for the tracks he was involved in, so they would not have involved the core band as such. And I think those tracks probably include Behind That Locked Door, and maybe if not for you, maybe Apple Scruffs. And apparently Dave Costello was telling me that Pete Drake played the slide guitar line on All Things Must Pass. So, but I highly recommend Bobby Whitlock's channel, because he's pretty much together, and unlike Jim Gordon, who's in prison, and Carl Radle, who's dead, and Eric, who probably doesn't remember or doesn't want to talk about it, I'm not sure, but he hasn't talked about it that much. But it's so refreshing to hear Bobby's reminiscences, and so I thought I'd mention that. And also I'm on the lookout for his solo work. He apparently did some solo work in the 70s, which I haven't got hold of. The Dominoes produced a live album. I thought I had it here, but I don't. But it was released in 73, but recorded in late 70 or early 71 without Duane Allman. And that's worth checking out as well. And there was an expanded CD of that released by Eric. But there's fascinating reminiscences from Bobby, such as he didn't think that Layla should be tagged on to that piano coda at the end, and he fought for 2 weeks with Jim Gordon over that very subject, and it's a bit difficult to believe, really. I mean, because it sounds so perfect, but Bobby was against it, and Jim Gordon ended up going behind his back and behind Eric's back, and going all the way to Robert Stigwood, the head of the record company, and saying, I want this as a coda, and got paid a lot of money for it. But I think, with hindsight, that was a good choice. I mean, maybe the Layla song on its own stands stands on its own, but I think Jim Gordon's piano coda is thoroughly worthy, and I would disagree with Bobby on whether that should have been the case. But the thing to note about Bobby is throughout this album, he's either on joint lead vocals, such as a track like Any Day or Little Wing, or he's doing these alternate lead vocals such as Keep On Growing. Or Little Wing, he's doing a call and response effect. Tell the Truth, he's singing joint lead. But basically, I think I was wrong to call this a solo Eric album when I did my Clapton album rankings, because I think Bobby Whitlock is contributing, if not half, a good proportion of this album, and he's co-written 6 or 7 of the songs. Thorn Tree in the Garden is his alone, which Dave Costello was suggesting maybe that was a reference to the Eric Patty situation, because it's a song about unrequited love. I'm not sure if that's the case, but anyway, it's fascinating. But anyway, check out the YouTube channel of Bobby Whitlock, because he's got, he's still alive, he's still compos mentos, he's still talking about stuff, and his wonderful wife Coco is doing the channel with him, and he's got a lot of stuff to share, and we're all glad to hear it, because it's a lot better to hear stuff from the source than to hear it from some critic who wasn't even there at the time. So make use of it. All Things Must Pass. There were other keyboard players on that record, like Gary Wright, Billy Preston. So I don't know exactly what. Maybe Bobby's going to make this clear in future videos, but I don't know exactly what he played versus what Billy played versus what Gary played. But also he said he was involved on the backing vocals of Waiting on You All, and he was just there for the whole time, and that makes his channel a complete joy for someone like me. And in lockdown, there haven't been many advantages, really. One could list about 350 disadvantages, but 2 of the advantages for me are James Taylor has done a YouTube channel, and what we're talking about now here, Bobby Whitlock has done his own YouTube channel with his wife, and I think it's revelatory and compulsive viewing, and I've been addicted for the last week or so. Thanks to Dave Costello for telling me that it was out there, because I didn't even know. So thank you for watching. See you next time.